game 2 of the day, game 6 overall, the semi-finals, if you want to call it that. Second game before we go into the finals. It's going to be Team Royal Daggers taking on Team Q. We've got the battle of Combat Muffin, who actually left Royal Daggers for Team Q. So gonna see as well as Blowfish, who's actually formerly a part of Royal Daggers as well. So going to be the battle of Combat Muffin and Blowfish, seeing if they made the right move to go to Team Q rather than Royal Daggers. So going to see this game this time around.
It's gonna be a very good game. I mean, they probably played with the Royal Daggers a couple times, so they kind of know it's their opposites play style, so they'll be able to hopefully respond and punish them for certain stuff that they probably did.
We'll have to see getting into this one. Getting into pick a ban phase now. Two very strong mid laners we see here. Dawn and Combat Muffin been really the backbones of their teams. More on Uncurcio, but Dawn being a very stable player, while Combat Muffin's all about that snowball and 1v9ing basically. So we'll have to see that matchup in the mid.
Yeah, Combat Muffin showed a really strong Orianna game last game. So I mean, if you give him Orianna, he could probably hard carry this game.
Yeah.
Put the team on his back.
Yeah, no mid lane bans actually being thrown out by Royal Daggers here. Just Caitlyn and Galio actually, and Zach being taken away from Macho there.
It was actually noted by Combat Muffin in the Twitch chat saying that he can't be banned out. So that means he probably has a not just a champion pool, he probably has a champion ocean.
Champions coming out of his pockets.
So this let's see what they first pick here. It could be the Orianna for Dawn. Takes it away from
first pick actually gonna be
takes away from Combat Muffin. Combat Muffin could pick up a mid lane here, or they can try to secure a strong lane, or a strong AD carry, or even a strong top laner right now, or jungler. Getting that Lucian.
What a pretty safe pick in that one. A completely new bot lane here. Shock and Shoddy actually not here this time around. It's actually gonna be Spartans and Sir Hydra Souls. So gonna have to see their progression. But Lulu, tier 1 support being locked in for the side of Team Q. So
there was a couple nerfs on the Lulu, but I mean, she's still big. She has a really good kit. So those little nerfs that they did to her healing and her shieldings, I mean, they're not that great of big nerfs. She has a great kit. Polymorph can be game changing in a team fight. Plus the R to save somebody from being assassinated.
Top or jungle, not sure what it's going to be, but Macho locked it in. So Dawn gonna lock in the Thresh for, I think it's Hydra, who's going to be supporting in that bot lane, and Graves gonna be the final lock-in for the side of Team Q. So I like the two ADCs alongside the Lulu, being able to buff them up and having two people that can really just pop off in a team fight that you can give your shields to. So I like Graves with a Lulu.
Yeah, this is pretty smart right here, because Team Q, I mean, they have Combat Muffin with this champion ocean. It doesn't matter if they ban him out, so you get a strong mid laner and a strong bot lane. Team Q. Right here, they're just probably banning up the top lane. Trying to make
pretty hard.
Yeah, trying to make sure that Gragas goes to jungle. Or if it is a jungle pick and they're pinching that top lane.
A champion ocean, there is tier 1s among them, and tier 1s banned or picked away, I want to say, with the Fizz, Syndra, Cassidy, and Orianna off the table. We'll have to see what Combat Muffin locks in this time around. Gotta save that for the final pick.
Okay, you got some really good engage here. That's what you're missing from Team Q. Because Graves can kill people, but he can't really catch up to anybody. And with Nautilus, a lot of nice CC and able to catch up.
Probably gonna see it in that top lane, I would think. And Olaf gonna be the pick in for Uncurcio here.
Last time he played Olaf, he did really good at the early game against
Code overall ended up losing to Centella, who the winner of this game is going to go up against Centella. I have to see.
See what the last pick is. Ooh, a Gangplank in the mid lane. This is very, very, very nice damage of the get to late game. This gameplay keeps scaling up.
Gangplank is one of, I think, top 3 of Combat Muffins champion pool. Played a lot of Gangplank, but have yet to see it this tournament, especially because the meta more favors the AP control mages and the aggressive control mages. But Gangplank gonna be the lock-in for Combat Muffin here, so we'll have to see there.
Yeah, they're gonna be lacking AP. So I mean, all Olaf has to do is just keep stacking armor. So does Gragas. And Olaf just stack armor this game. That's all they have to do. Then we might even see a couple Ninja Tabbies built on by the ADC and Orianna.
Thresh being able to stack armor from the souls, so pretty questionable pick into the current comp that was built. So we'll have to see how Team Q plays this one off.
Yeah, Team Q right here going with a really risky pick with the Gangplank. But I mean, this Gangplank, if he gets those items and his barrel combo, it's gonna be one-shotting 8 very squishy. He's gonna be one-shotting the Orianna, one-shotting the Xayah. If he gets a nice barrel combo.
I like the Nautilus in this comp, but yeah, as you said before, they're gonna be lacking the AP. But good engage, good follow-up, especially with a strong front line along paired with the Lulu. So I do like the idea of the comp from the side of Team Q, but you have to look at the other side where they have the Gragas, the Olaf, the Thresh, the Orianna, and the Xayah. So I think a stronger overall comp built by the Royal Daggers, but we'll have to see Combat Muffin. He is on a gameplay known to be more of a scaling champion.
Nice. Yeah, it's a really risky team comp by Team Q. Is like, if Lucian gets behind, Graves gets behind, Gangplank gets behind, I mean, they don't even have to get behind. If they go even and Gragas and Olaf just keep stacking armor, it's going to be impossible to kill those two guys. And then these guys, if these just can't put out enough damage, they're just going to be chased down. Can't really disengage. The only disengage they really have right now is just the Lily ulti to save one person and the polymorph. It should be a very interesting game.
So, I think the one exploitable lane is that bot lane. Probably J-Corms and Blowfish going to have a little bit of an edge in that one. Spartans and Hydra Soul have yet to see them on the stage, but they're in the Xayah Thresh up against the Lulu and the Lucian. Probably going to be dominated by the Lucian and Lulu, I want to say.
Yeah, this should go to Lucian and Lulu, depending on if they get caught out. I mean, if Thresh can land these nice hooks, and then let's say Gragas comes in and gank, then if Lucian gets behind, it's going to be really hard for him to get in. Xayah should outscale him in the bot lane. If Xayah gets a lead, it could be game over for Lucian just at the beginning of the game. Because Xayah will be scaling better because she's going to go the crit build. But if Lucian get this lead, get that board, and start getting these items, the Black Cleaver, he'll start doing a lot of damage in the mid game. So we can potentially see Gragas staying in the bot side and just trying to set Lucian behind further into this game. Just get them out of the game by...
Xayah and Thresh are pretty good for setting up ganks, both of them being able to provide CC, especially Thresh. Gonna be rocking Ignite actually this game, so probably gonna look to go pretty aggressive. Getting into game now, it is hashtag Rod or hashtag TQ. Show your support in chat, and getting into game now. It's Royal Daggers on the blue side while we got Team Q on the red side.
Both these teams, one of these teams is going to go to the finals, going to go against Centella. Both of these teams look pretty strong. Combat Muffin showed to be a very strong mid laner, and Team Royal Daggers seem to have a really nice team synergy.
And a quick shout out to Donalicious actually, been gold 1 for the longest time and been hyped up as a pretty strong mid laner, like among plats and diamonds. So finally hit plat 5. So just quick shout out to Donalicious on Royal Daggers mid lane.
As you can see here, most of these champions are, well, not all of them, but they're like 6-5 and 6 and 7 on Team Qs. You got the 6 Lucian, Mastery level 6 Gangplank, Mastery level 7 Graves, and those are the carries right there. So they have a good amount of experience on those on the carries from Team Q, because those 3 champions are the ones that are gonna be doing all the damage and hopefully carrying their team comp to victory.
Getting in shortly now.
See if they go for a cheeky invade like they did last game, or if we just see a standard start.
Yeah, not too much CC aside from the Nautilus on Team Q's side, and I think he's just running to the top lane, so probably not going to see an invade level 1 for Team Q. But on the side of Royal Daggers, they got the Olaf level 1 paired up with Agragas and Thresh, so I'm expecting maybe an invade for the side of Royal Daggers, but not looking like it so far. Taking the defensive, being able to see Ward's positions, and check out Combat Muffin and Dawn in the mid lane. Combat Muffin, former mid laner of Team Q, so being able to disrespect with his team, and his replacement Dawn here. Gonna have to keep our eye on this one. A little bit of banner coming back into fourth, with Combat rocking the TQ clan tag, not the Royal Daggers tag.
Minions have spawned.
Oh, the beef between these teams are real right now.
Damn it!
I will say though, Orianna and Gangplank, they were just dancing in the mid lane. No autos going through. Letting that dance off happen in the mid lane was really nice.
Bot side, Macho, and
both junglers, both junglers are starting on bot side, so that means they'll be on the top side eventually. Once they start finishing up their clears. That'll be really great. Maybe we can see a potential dive. I mean, not a dive, a gank in the top lane once these guys start finishing up their camps. And up on the top side. It looks like Graves might be going for a full clear, doing his
Romp. Pretty passive early games from both sides here. Combat Muffin taking a little bit of harass though from the Orianna. It is to be expected with a melee mid laner, but getting a good amount of trade back damage, flashing both the masteries.
Oh, and the aggressiveness by Lucian right here. Hit level 2, able to take that aggressive approach right there because of that level 2 power spike.
Oh yeah, the infamous Lucian level 2 power spike, gone through so many nerfs, but it still is very much a real power spike that has to be respected.
Yeah, I mean, you get 1 Q, then double auto, then an E, then double auto. It's just right there. Yeah, 4 autos just going through.
Curcio hitting level 3, getting a little bit of harass onto Scurvy, but just gonna put his shield up. Nothing really gonna happen in that way.
It's very tricky when you're going against an Olaf, just because the way his passive works. The less HP he has, the more attack speed and lifesteal he gets. It's very tricky. I mean, you might bring him down to 100 HP thinking that you can just gotta do one more combo and then Olaf just lifesteals and kills you.
Ooh, looking Caribou's gonna look for a sneaky bush gank here. I missed my cues. Going to, I think, go towards the river, so might see a bit of action. Actually heading towards mid here. Gonna get seen up by a ward. Gonna have to back off. Good word from Dawn there. Gonna head on to that Rift Scuttler. Gonna be seen out by Macho. Maybe you get collapsed on here, but you're gonna have to concede the Rift Scuttler actually.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get collapsed here. His lanes are being pushed in right now. And then Combat Muffin is really low, getting chunked out by Oriana.
And it's like not
Probably-
the cleanest early game brawler, so
Oh. Going for this. Nice trades by Scary, but I mean, the only thing is that Olaf is gonna lifesteal through these, so you should be able to get his HP back up.
still with pots
Another.
on that top side, but Nautilus not having any pots left. It's actually maxing E first against the Nautilus to
He's just trying to get that wave clear.
Top
I think
Olaf.
Combat Muffin might be going down. Ooh, the
flashes. Oh, flash body slam and exhaust. Going to orange there from the Gangplank, being able to live through the flash body slam.
yeah, that was very nice right there. I mean, Macho got the flash out from Gangplank, so Gangplank has to play very, very safe now, even safer than before. Now he doesn't have
Dawn-
that luxury of a flash.
Yeah, Dawn still having the ghost and the flash, so especially with that low HP, pretty scary stuff. Back off here.
He was able to get the.
Ooh!
That was a
Curcio.
nice hook right there, putting him under tower, taking that one tower shot. I mean, Curcio is showing why he's just a strong top laner. Has a 20 CS lead over the Nautilus. Plus, still
Yeah.
has his pop.
Yeah, look at all lanes for this side, aside from the bot lane, being pretty ahead on CS. Dawn and Curcio do really well in this game against their lanes.
Curcio always showing up in the top lane, showing that he's like a very strong laner on any champ. Be an aggressive or a supportive champ in the top lane, just very aggressive and like very strong laning.
Guess my Q's, getting a few pings on him. They know he's on the prowl.
Oh, this trade right here. That was so close. The Ignite went off.
Good
Maybe-
heal. Miss my Q's is here.
Oh, you missed.
kind of failed the Q. Missed the Q.
And you know, he has to keep it real with his fans. Maybe last game we were telling him he missed W, now he's gonna miss his Q like his stem says.
Keeping it real with Miss my Q's.
Scary did a nice trade there, knowing that he had his minion wave to help him out to get that bonus damage onto the Olaf.
Maybe gonna see a brawl in the mid lane. Miss my Q's and Caribou. Throw him up just a little bit. But gonna hop on his blue buff. Might concede it over combat. Probably not looking like it.
Yeah, I mean, gameplay with blue isn't the best as much as an Oriana, so most likely Graves will keep it just for the XP. I mean, Graves with blue would help him clear out his jungle, so he doesn't have to just keep spamming his Qs over and over.
Yeah. I'm not expecting the Gangplank level 6 power spike. Oh, Q's going mid.
Yeah, this could be really good. The R does damage, but not only that, but it could help him get
Oh, Ghost just gonna be popped. Oh, Red Smite, a little late there, but Caribou gonna show up and gonna cancel the gank. Ghost popped from Dawn there, so good use of getting us summoners there.
This is very, I mean, Combat Muffin just showing that he's a very good laner too. I mean, he was under CS, he was like 20 CS under, and now he's only like 4 CS difference right now.
Yeah, especially against like a lane bully like the Oriana, as someone who's going to scale up on the gangplank. So really well played from him, and missed my cues. Want to
And he has no flash. I mean, he only has Ghost. Oh, and the
that's
nice
again.
look. Oh, the
Burst
flash damage.
blood.
We're just flashing in, trying to get that flash damage on.
Like, good gank in that top lane, and Curcio did not oh!
Oh, and Don just soloing out Graves. I mean, Gangplank.
Yeah. Still has to be talked about where Gangplank is not the greatest laner, especially against the power of an Orianna. So does go down.
Oh,
In the
Orianna.
end. It takes another one.
Yeah, that's just that was very disrespectful right there by the Graves. Probably didn't have it or her ultimate up, but Orianna damage is just very, very, very deadly early on, especially when you have no MR.
Just popped him like a balloon.
Gears isn't as tanky as before. I mean, his E used to make him more tankier than he is now. Because of that, he lost his red buff. It's great. Gragas was able to roam in.
Capitalizing.
This is going kind of slow game for both teams, but Orianna getting that lead is very big right here. Because now she was able to bully the Gangplank before, now she's able to do it more. Now that she has last chapter.
Got a pretty hefty CS lead in this one, just under a K up for the Royal Daggers, mostly because of Dawn in that mid lane. Just doing really well.
Those 2 solo kills. I mean, it was kind of unfortunate that Graves used his flash earlier on. The finals will be after this game. The winner of this will go against the.
Yeah, just gotta do your research, dude. Like, how'd you not know the finals were after this game? Let's see in this one. Check out Incursio's CS on that top lane. 43 to 91. Incursio just still with a death under his belt, still rocking a good amount of gold up over the Nautilus. So
laner over like I've seen him a couple times play at different champs, and he just like just amazes me how strong he is on these champs. So when Natsugrass knows a lot of stuff about this game. And they would have kept
Mountain Drake started up by the Royal Daggers here. Not even below half yet, but seen up by a ward. Hopefully there's going to be a collapse here. Curcio walking down. And it looks like they're just gonna concede it over. Team Q not wanting any part of the Mountain Drake.
Yeah, I mean, it's a strong Drake. I mean, it's really strong for taking down turrets, taking down other objectives like Baron later on in the game. And like, some people will probably just be like, oh, it's just a Mountain Drake, but I mean, this is just one Mountain Drake, and if you get a second one, and then you'll be able to take down the objectives.
Ooh! Combat Muffin. Taking a lot of damage. Oh, the speed up from the barrel boost. Gonna barely make him live out.
Played that really nicely there. Just barely got out. But I mean, for Gangplank, all he has to do is just survive. But once he survives,
Shockwave missed. Dawn?
damage just barely.
Oh, just
So
10 health for Dawn in that mid lane with the red smite taken away. Kind of barely lived.
that was
Wow.
so close, yeah. And Matcha just not being able to solo the red right now with that HP.
Not even close.
It happens sometimes. You feel like you can do it, and then your HP starts dropping.
The old executed with the flame from your ADC comes out.
Limits, so I don't think you should be doing it at a tournament though. But I mean, I do these on normals. I get executed a couple times, but you know what? This is how you know your limits.
Another blue buff for himself, not giving it over to the Gangplank.
Ooh, this could be the solo kill here, and it. Curcio just not respecting the turret there.
Curcio. Still a little bit of gold up, even after solo dying there, but yeah, just really disrespectful game from Incursio. Thinking he can just mash all over Nautilus and gets taken down by the tower there.
It was just very disrespectful, but I mean, Curse just has such a strong lead right now. Able to push him in, not getting punished by the jungler. But I mean, Garvey not winning in CS, but it has the same amount of gold because of the 2 kills that he's gotten. He's not that far behind in gold.
Rift Herald being pinged by the side.
Yeah, this could be very deadly. First tower hasn't got down yet, and Kershaw pushing in his lane with Rift Herald, he can potentially give first tower gold after they get this.
Yeah, gold very even, within 100 of each other here. But look at J Corbs on that bot lane, doing so much damage.
That was so close.
Stunned in. Ooh, gameplay gold!
Oh my.
Takes down Spartans.
Yeah, that's one of the good things about gameplay. Lets him get into the game. No matter where on the map. And just, all he has to do is farm up. But get assist or kills.
Coming down though. J Corbs, no mana left. Blue buff onto Dawn here. Oh, good polymorph to cancel the ultimate this time around, and could flash up and Blowfish, but J Corbs kinda get immediately executed with that shockwave. Goes down.
Nicely played though. I mean, Blowfish could have left earlier since he knew like one of them was gonna get cut out, but decides to stay.
Combat Muffin gonna finding Macho, gonna have to flash out. No mana on that one.
That was very nice by Graves going in there, knowing that Dawn was bot lane, so I mean he was able to roam in. Probably expecting Dawn to back after that roam bot lane, but Dawn just roamed up mid again. I'm curious with that empowered recall, that Baron recall because of the.
Load up the hull buster.
See when he uses it, the Rift Herald could potentially. I mean, you have like multiple ways of using it. You could drop it at your home base, so you could set up a slow push to potentially, you know, and then try to force something else. Maybe even a dive in the bot lane. Put it up top. The wave stacks up, and then somebody has to go clear it out, and then they can dive 4-man or even 5-man bot lane.
Oh, we're gonna see Miss My Q's and Scurvy gonna meet with Dawn on that top lane. He's gonna go in. Miss My Q's got the red buff, and it's gonna flash out the shockwave, but red buff on the Graves. Oh, a good kill coming out from Scurvy. Flash still up. Gonna flash the Gangplank ult. Maybe gonna live through this one. Ghost proc as well. Flash in from Q's and not gonna miss his Q's this time around. Gonna kill Dawn there.
Yeah, Rift Herald's getting pushed to bot lane. They're gonna get first turn here. Oh, it's in a race right now. Gangplank versus the Rift Herald. And
Yeah, Gangplanks. See the gold completely balloon for this side of Team Q there. Just about 2k up after all those brawls has gone through, and the kill streak ended for Dawn there.
Combat Muffin showing why. If you're trying to show Team Rod right here, trying to show them, hey, I'm the best mid laner here. No.
Actually, a second Mountain Drake picked up here.
This is very.
On the side of Royal Daggers.
This is very strong right here. Now they have 2 Mountain Drakes. They can take down objectives even faster and even towers.
Yeah, just to let you know how strong 2 Mountain Drakes at the 20-minute mark is, it'll take about 15 seconds to 5-man the entire Baron at the 20-minute mark with 2 Mountain Drakes. So very underestimated how strong 2 are at the same time, and the same can be said for towers as well. Like how quickly towers are going to go down to the 2 Mountain Drakes power from the side of Royal Daggers is pretty scary.
Yeah, a lot of people like fire.
Still about 1,000 gold down.
Yeah, a lot of people like they prefer Fire Drakes, but I mean my Fairy Dragon is Mountain Drake, just because of what you can actually get from a Mountain Drake. You have a split pusher like a Cursor, just split pushing top lane. He's gonna be able to do damage every single time he pushes in the lane, and eventually he's gonna start getting towers. But I mean, if he's split pushing and they don't have any response to it, he's gonna be able to get towers.
I'm gonna see that power spike coming out of Combat Muffin got his Trinity Force alongside the Caulfield's Warhammer and Serrated Dirt completed, so gonna see a lot of damage coming up from that Gangplank. Now gonna start to scale up and do quite a bit in team fights here.
Yeah, that gameplay is gonna be very scary. Like I said, all he has to do is keep scaling up, and once he gets those items, he's eventually gonna be able to one-shot the squishies.
Ooh, Impercio, this my cues. Gonna start a little brawl. Impercio going a little crazy here.
Oh,
Ooh, ult
are
coming
just
in.
get-
And Impercio gonna get executed by the collateral damage, but Caribou and Dawn are here. Probably just gonna walk out.
oh my god.
Did just a little bit. Maybe
Yeah.
gonna die for it. Oh. Spartan's coming to the top lane.
Yeah, it wasn't the. I don't know what Scary was doing there, walking in. I don't know if there was like a collapse on him. Maybe that's what they were trying to ping. They were saying. Recall now, but still has TP.
Bot lane's still pushing for the side of Team Q. Jake Holmes and Blowfish shoving up pretty hard, but gonna be met with Big Percy. I'm just gonna back
Oh,
off.
it's odd.
Dawn! Oh!
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lily just speeding herself up.
Uh-oh. Charge and Olaf gonna have to flash out. Oh! Dawn-alicious.
Yeah, I mean, Gameplay isn't the best champion really early or mid game, but I mean, eventually he's gonna start scaling up and he's gonna start doing that damage. They just need Combat Muffin to get in there and start scaling.
Another thing that has to be added on, he's not the tankiest champion either. Can do a decent amount of damage, but no MR or armor for that Gangplank, so when it comes to going up against an Orianna who's got a lot of items completed, going to hurt a lot. And I see
Yeah, it's
Royal
one of
Daggers siege down mid lane now.
So the two Mountain Drakes, so they can just keep taking these towers.
Landed.
Ooh. The GP ulti going in. Yeah, see, this is the power of the Mountain Drakes right here. They have two Mountain Drakes. They do a lot of damage to towers, so they can easily do a 1-4 right here, where Olaf just split pushes. I mean, there's no response to it. The only way they can respond is moving the Gangplank bot lane and then having a 4 versus 1 where Gangplank stays bot lane. Then Olaf can TP him, and then it becomes a 5v4.
We'll have to see here. Gold within 500 of each other here. Really evened it out. Good plays all around from the side of Royal Daggers to get themselves back in this game.
Yeah, the gold's not too far apart. It's just a matter of time who can scale better. I mean, eventually Xayah will outscale Lucian, but then Gangplank will do a bunch of damage.
Yeah,
And of course, all they have to do is just stack armor against Team Q, and they'll help them out a lot.
Yeah, I think overall the scaling component of this game does go over to the side of Team Q with the likes of the Olaf falling off pretty hard, while the Nautilus is just going to scale almost infinitely, along with the Gangplank. So if it does go out to that very far into late game type game, it's definitely going to go to the side of Team Q.
Yeah, Team Q does have a really good scaling team comp too, especially with Lulu and Graves helping them out. Lucian won't scale as great into late game, but he could potentially help out since he has Black Cleaver. He could make those tanks a lot squishier.
Ooh. Fish taking a lot of
Oh, they're
damage here.
choosing to go on this
Enough.
here.
Holy moly, a lot of ults burning onto Dawn there. Miss My Q's taking a lot, but Macho Caribou gonna get culled down by JK Norms. And
Lucian can just
Dragon,
keep proccing Black Cleaver over and over with his Coaling. Not to mention his passive lets him stack the Black Cleaver.
third Mountain Drake of the game in a row here, and Team Q is on it right now. Jungler is down for the side of Royal Daggers, but
Yeah,
still looking like they want to fight this.
Yeah, this should be very easy for Team Q right here. You're gonna pull it out, of course. They can pull this out. Grace has Smite, so I mean this should be an easy pick.
They're looking like they might want to re-engage. Percio gets a 4-man axe, gonna ult in. Russian real deep, gonna hook into the tank. Scurvy probably gonna go down here. But the rest of his team might just get away. Combat going the wrong side of things. Blowfish gonna be with Dawn. Can it get insta killed by
Yeah,
him?
Dawn just does a lot of damage right now.
Ooh.
Oh, Combat Myth playing this very nicely here.
Ooh. Axe gonna
he
hit though. And gonna go
Yeah,
down.
he chose to fight that out. I mean, it could have. I mean, he just chose to fight that one out. But Olaf's lifesteal is just insane when he's lowered. Here. Both teams are even in gold. They're pretty close to being even, and it's not that big of a gold difference right now.
2,000.
And the gameplay, yeah, the gameplay right now has got a BF sword, so he's probably gonna be going for the IE next.
Spartans flashes in onto the Nautilus, but to no avail. Was looking for the Graves.
Yeah, the Gage just dodges that with his cloud damage, giving him the knockback that he needs just to get out, which is pretty smart. Because they can do Baron here. They have 2 Mountain Drakes. They choose not to though.
A little too risky up against the 1 Mountain Drake, and still 5 people up from the side of Team Q. So us sneaking a Baron is a possibility, but very risky one at that, even with no ward coverage.
I know Team Q right now trying to clear up some of the vision in their jungle. Make sure they're also getting some vision, so that way they know if they're gonna start trying to sneak in that Baron.
Just shoving out waves for now, looking pretty passive. The Baron dance is definitely on at this point, though, putting a lot of wards down.
Yeah, this could be, depending on what happens here. I mean, right now Zaya's bot lane, so they know they could try to force a fight here. They know the ADC is not gonna be here. But they do try to.
Nautilus. 2 pings coming out from the blue side. Dawn wanting a little help in the mid. Red not gonna be given over to the ADC. Macho gonna pick that up for himself. No real group and just shoving out the waves, and nowhere on the map is there to see.
Yeah.
Blue being given over to Dawn.
Kershaw right now split pushing bot lane. Very good right here. I mean, like on this, they could start Baron here. They know Lucian's bot side, and they know Kershaw's bot side, but Kershaw can TP right to a 5v4.
Oh, Baron Dance has started, and it's so low already, but Graves actually gonna steal it away!
Yo,
Double kill for the Gangplank! And Spartan's next up on the chopping block. Dawn gonna limp away with the Ghost.
oh my god, that was so
Holy
greatly played right
moly.
there.
It must be said.
Looking for more. Found where Oriana's.
I think it must be said, Miss My Q has missed 2 of his smites last game to not even a smite, and Dawn's actually gonna go down here too, but actually picking up the Baron steal and his team picking up a mid tower now. Gonna rock that about 3k up.
Baron was really good right there. It was just one Mountain Drake, but I mean, it was a turn. They knew Lucian was bot side, and then Encouragement could have just TP'd, made that fight into a 5 versus 4. Instead, they chose to stay on Baron. They chose the 50-50 smite, and I missed my Q. Didn't miss a smite this game.
Being able to a very good gangplank call came out, picking up a double kill actually, especially in the Baron pit with that gangplank all being all clustered up. Just did so much damage and immediately taking that double kill.
Yeah, right now, EPS had 2,000 before he went to go buy. Finished up his IE, bought a Zeal. Now he still has 800 gold.
Yeah. Nuts.
Gangplank is gonna start taking over the game. One of the scary things with Gangplank, you might punish him earlier on, but Gangplank scouting is just freaking ridiculous. One barrel combo and you can be chunked out or even die depending on what items Gangplank has.
Yeah. As Fate fans, the amount of times you've seen the highlight reels of just an insta kill from full health from a barrel is pretty ludicrous, and with those items on that Gangplank could be a possibility at this point.
Yeah, both these teams are showing that they're gonna be very strong contenders for the next game, even against Attila Prime. Both teams look pretty strong right now, and both these teams look pretty even with the goal lead for both teams. Both teams have gotten goal leads, and both of them have lost their goal lead.
Oh, Gangplank all comes out. It's gonna hit Dawn. Gonna have to Zonia's. A lot of damage onto Incursio. Nautilus all gonna knock up. Oh.
That was nicely played by Dawn right there. He was about to die out right there, but the Hourglass just barely saves him.
Shout out to Dragons for not being boring this game. 4 mountains and then a fire. And next is going to be Elder on the block. 2 dragons to 2 dragons.
Yeah, keeping the game nice and spicy with that fire Drake. Game just makes the dragon more desirable instead of getting air drakes. Now we hit the 31-minute mark. They get Lucian as blue here, which is really good for Lucian since he's not going the crit build, so he doesn't get his mana back. He's not able to dash around in these team fights as much. But with this blue buff, he's able to get his mana back, so he's able to keep dashing around.
Yeah, I don't think Combat Muffin very much favoriting blue buff on the Gangplank, much preferring not to. Probably was a personal choice, I would think. Has been offered a lot of blue buffs in his time in the mid, but not picking up as the Gangplank.
Really needed. His barrels are on almost like a 15-second cooldown, and he's able to stack up to like 5 barrels, or I think it was 5 or 3. I forgot what it was, but he's able to hold a pretty good chunk of barrels in his arsenal.
Yeah, doesn't even cost any mana as well. Just placing a Powder King doesn't require any mana, so
yeah. So it's not Gangplank's not the most mana reliant champ mid laners, and then Lucian's just very great with blue buff. It's just like he's going the crit build, getting that mana back for those crits.
Ooh. Definitely a mid lane dance going on. Baron has worn off of King Q, but flash in from Scurvy.
Yeah, going on Dawn is
but Redemption and Lulu are very messy right from this one. Scurvy still on that backline, along with the kick, a lot of damage, and it's gonna frontline falls and hook onto Dawn. Gonna have to proc his Zonia. He's just gonna catch up, and that's a triple kill over to Q's.
That was nicely played right there. They knew that the most damage right now that Royal Daggers had right now was just Dawn. So as long as they kill Dawn before the fight even starts, then Team Q can win these fights.
like we might see Team Q in the finals for this one. Got the Fire and Mountain Drake in this one. Gonna get a mid lane inhib, maybe even look to finish the game with Donalicious down, but gonna back off for now.
30-second death timer. They're probably gonna back right here, get the gold, try to get any farm that they can before leaving out, giving over that red buff over to Lucian again.
Last week we saw Royal Daggers, the former winners of the games, up against Centella, who are now the current championships, but we might see a new contender for the title in Team Q. Might be against Centella Prime in the next game, so very exciting, this one. Keeping the storyline fresh.
It's gonna be a nice final. I mean, both these teams, even if Royal Daggers can come back and win this game, they're a really strong team. And then Team Q have shown this game that they're a really strong team. So I mean, both teams, whoever manages to make it to the finals, it's gonna be a great final next game. Just like this game. This game's really good too. The gold is pretty close. I mean, right now it's not that close, but these teams are fighting like it is really close.
Yeah. Just a quick shout out to Incursio, 1 in 5, but still a lot of gold on him. Under the Nautilus now, but such a sad getting camped out and eventually solo dying to the Nautilus, so pretty sad for him in that top lane.
Yeah, Incursio just playing very great. It's just that
Alt gonna be away. Macho still hasn't been a part of any kills that his team has been in. 0, 3, and 0. Pretty unlucky game for the jungler of the Royal Daggers, and Scurvy gonna meet with Spartans here. Combat Muffin is here.
Yeah,
Good chunk onto him.
Yeah, Macho hasn't had a big impact yet. It looks like, but I mean that Gragas can potentially catch out somebody and get a nice pick. He'll be having a flash soon, so eventually he can flash E, and then ulti gets inside somebody in.
There it is up, so maybe gonna see a dance little started here. Hook gonna miss.
Yeah, and Kershaw low on mana in this fight, so if they do manage to fight, and Kershaw's gonna be low on mana, he's not gonna be able to contribute as much. The only thing he's gonna be able to do is just whenever he can. Ooh, and getting chunked out.
Just one ward from the side of the Royal Daggers on the Baron. It's not spotted out. Elder Drake also on the chopping block in 5 seconds, so a lot of strong objectives from both teams to look out for.
Yeah, both teams have to decide what they really want right here. Team Q could just bait out.
Yeah, wards cleared out, and they're gonna immediately start the Dragon. They got the Mountain Drake and the late game, like, large amounts of damage, so already at half HP now. But Macho is here.
Does Macho go for the steal here? Just
go off of Baron to the side of Team Q, and he's gonna go down to the Graves ulti. And Curcio gonna go down to the Redemption. Double kill. 4 Qs. Dawn. Double kill for the Gangplank.
This could be the GG right here. They have minions in the mid lane. Dawn just has to buy time. If Dawn just buys time, it's over. Yeah, they just gotta push mid now. They have Baron. These death timers are 20 seconds. All they have to do is run it down mid and they win this game.
Yeah, there's a TP coming in from Scurvy. Looking like it's going to be GG. Just under 40 minutes here for Team Q. It's going to be the new finalists. Have yet to see Team Q in the finals, but probably going to be seen now.
They could have went for the end here. They're going for they're going to go for a second inhib here. They're probably going to back off.
Ooh, gonna back off actually. Look at that giant bot lane wave for the Royal Daggers.
To clean up that wave. right now they're gonna have enough gold to buy to finish up a couple items. Gonna go maybe try to force a fight on Dragon, Elder Dragon, try to get that, and then close out the game.
Elder Drake is definitely an option, especially with the Mountain Drake and the Fire Drake, so increased damage to turrets and increased damage in general, so
It's pretty close still. I mean, if Team Royal Daggers gets a nice fight, they can run it down mid and end these games. These death timers are gonna
look
be
at that
pretty long.
damage.
Oh,
Yeah, Rico is down. Such a fast Elder Dragon clear.
double procs from his passive, being able to burn down the Elder Drake plus with Combat Muffin on Gangplank just does a lot of damage too later on into this game.
Gonna see them run it down mid just a little bit here.
Yeah, they have to just
Ball
push
lane,
bot lane.
excuse me.
I mean, they already have top lane pushing in right now. Mid lane's gonna have to slowly push into. So if these guys push in bot lane, then they're gonna get that pressure in. Somebody has to get the top lane. Playing with their minion waves. So now they go bot lane. They're pushing in these minions. Somebody has to go top lane. Oh, that's Incursion going top lane to clear out the top lane.
Ooh. Minion wave, the super minion's coming through though, and they're gonna pound on that turret, maybe even take it down. Yeah, that's a Nexus tower. Last one goes down actually.
Yeah, that was kind of bad right there. They
Dawn.
should have sent SDR there. She's got his hourglass.
Oh, a shockwave hits 3 people, but it's not gonna matter as the front line melts completely. Double kill for Gangplank, and Spartan's gonna get a
Trip,
Bushman
go
picking
back,
up a trip.
and
GG, well played. Team Q moves on
his
to the
revenge,
final.
beating his former team, putting his new team on his back, sending them to the finals.
Let's check out the damage graphs just before we sign off here. Yeah, check out Dawn trying his hardest, the replacement of Combat Muffin, but Combat Muffin just edging him out, proving he was the superior one. And GG, well played.
And GP, I mean, GP has this really weak early game, but that late game is just monstrous. Just able to turn fights around with just one barrel combo.
Game is going to be at 6:20. Definitely make sure to stick around. We've got Centella Prime taking on Team Q. 2 tries this time around, so if Centella does lose the first game, they have a second game to go up against, but if the first game is won by Centella, Centella immediately wins, so we'll have to see what goes on here. We'll see you guys soon.